All right, guys, it's been a while. Nonlinear regression. It's what to do if your residual plot shows a curve and you figure out, hey, this data is not linear. A straight line is not going to work for me. So I gave an example, and that data is definitely not linear. If you look at it on a graph, I made a scatter plot of it. It looks kind of like curvy. I did find an R value. It was 0.81, which is okay, not great. So exponential regression that's what the whole lesson's on, exponential regression. There's the assignment. It's in the little book packet I gave you. Exponential regression is where you take x, y, the regular x, y, these two, but you change y into log y. You make a third column and change it into log y. So in my list, I put in my x, my y, and the very top, like the very top, not just where the 9 is, but like higher than that, you type in log of L2. That's because L2 is my y's. It's called transforming our data. So I did a scatter plot of L1 and L3 on the board, and it looked very linear, and it gave us a perfect R value almost, 0.9999. So way better than that 0.81. This was the least squares regression line our calculator gave us. The way I did that, so I'll show it in a second, but the calculator shows just y, changing it to log y. Okay, yeah, so I'll show you. So calculator time. In old calculators, you have to be a little better about this. So stat edit. I know this is not the same two lists, but I'm just going to pretend it is. So x, y. So I would go up to the very top. See the very top. Type in log, and then second 2 for L2. So log of L2. It's going to take the log of my y's and put them all in L3. So that's actually the one I want. I want L1 and I want L3. I don't want L2 anymore, because that's x and log y. That's what I'm going for. So the way to get the line and the R value is you quit to home, you hit stat, calc, go down to linreg, same button we always use for linear regression, and it's L1 and L3 that I want. So second 3 to change it. Yours will start off defaulting on 1 and 2. If you have an old calculator, you hit enter, and then you have to type in L1, L3, and you got it. So once you type it all in, you can see it flash for a second on what you should type in. You get a least squares regression line, an R, and an R squared. But instead of y, when you write it down, you have to write in log y. That's what I did. Instead of y, I wrote in log y. So that's how you do that. If you're going to make a prediction, you plug it in, just like you do before. Here's the whole page so you can get the notes. My notes were kind of shoddy on this one. You'll like my next page of notes better. Watch this video to help yourself out. But so what you do is you put in a value for x. I put in 2.5. So you can see like x, now it's 2.5. Put on that whole spot into my calculator. And I have log y equals 2.48. Now I need to get y equals, which means rewrite it as an exponent. This log base 10 of y equals 2.48. You're going to have to rewrite it as an exponent. So if you remember, that's 10 to the power of 2.48 equals y. 10 to the power of 2.48 equals y. And I wrote y hat because it's a predicted y. So you rewrite it as an exponent, and then you plug that in your calculator, and you get your prediction. If you have questions, ask me for help.